everyone. I just wanted to thank you for choosing my husband of 33 years, Robert Taylor Jr., for this wonderful award. As he will no doubt mention, somewhere Bob Taylor Sr. is smiling and maybe even fist pumping. Way to go, son. Our family is honored to serve the confection and snack industry and has been incredibly blessed to do so for more than 60 years, from our Uncle Hubert Smith to Bob Taylor to Robert, and in recent years, even Alex Miller and Brantley Taylor. We have been most fortunate in our clients, customers, associates, or as we know them all, our friends. I am proud of our family's heritage and most grateful for you tonight in recognition of my wonderful husband, Robert Taylor.
I'd like to thank God that I'm the last speaker of the night. I think you can join me in that. You know, I'm last for a reason, because you may not know, but I paid for it, because the last speaker has no time limit. That's what Teresa said. I'm pretty sure about that. Trust me, that's not true. But hey, thank you all for being here. Thank you for letting me be here. Congratulations first to my fellow inductees. Your stories are amazing and humbling, and I'm humbled to be a part of the whole exercise, but on this special night. Many of you know how much this award meant to my father when he was inducted back in 1995, and how fervent he was in his desire that I share the honor someday. Well, here I am, Dad, and I hope you've got a good seat. Knowing my dad, he probably used a box of Mentos to move up to the front row. You know, although Bob Taylor Sr. passed away on 9/11 of this year and didn't make it here tonight, I'm extraordinarily grateful for the years that we had together. We had 25 years building a business together. We had one fight. I threw him out of the office during COVID, and let me just say that I lost that fight. Pretty clearly lost that fight, but it was a great time. And by the way, on that note, our family will be forever grateful for the outpouring of love and consideration from this industry over the past few weeks. Friends, clients, customers, competitors, and others have literally covered us with expressions of care, and we truly thank you. And once again, I thank the NCSA for this honor and for honoring my father before me. You know, when writing this speech, I quickly realized that it really becomes an exercise in gratitude. And I'm so very grateful for the people and the individuals who have made my success, such as it is, possible. And I'd like to express that specifically in a moment or two. But first of all, going back to my father, I have him to thank for having the vision to buy a small, no-account agency against the advice of literally everyone he knew, and then for having the stamina to gut it out and build it for the next 30 years against all odds. I think it might have been more appropriate to double down and give him a second award for surviving the first 10 to 20 years of my career. But he was ever the cornerstone of our company. He was an unrelenting force of positive and generous energy, and he brought us all together. But speaking of survivors, the hero of my story are those close to me who've been able to tolerate me and help me develop into a more productive human being. And we can start with my folks, Bob and Sherry Taylor, who raised a brilliant daughter who was the ultimate rule follower and leveraged that and her intellect to become a nationally known and feared corporate lawyer. Her impeccable conduct and her strong academic record made it a little shocking for my parents when my path veered somewhere between Ferris Bueller and Bluto Blutarsky from Animal House. So it's probably why my father finally decided that it was cheaper to hire me than to support me when I finally graduated college, one step ahead of the disciplinary committee. But seriously, anything good that I have done or been a part of has been because of the influence of my parents' vision for our business and how we can use it to have a positive impact on the world. My wife of 33 years, Elizabeth, taught kindergarten for 3 decades, which prepared her well for a life with me. And she supported me and the company unflinchingly during some very long and lean years as we tried to build this business. And when I say lean, I can tell you that I remember really distinctly a time when my school teacher wife had to lend money to our company to make payroll. But our daughters, Shelby and Brantley, came along and helped me learn about grace in class. They also helped me bring some balance back into our lives and learn how to work hard and still take some time for fun and family. As Elizabeth mentioned, recent additions to the family and the business continue to shape me. Brantley joined the company last year as our third generation, and Alex Miller, Shelby's spouse, gives me hope for the next generation through his excellent work. And their son Smith, the newest arrival, will literally be the future. But beyond the unflagging support of my family, one huge advantage I had for 25 years was a partner named Jack Anderson. BBI would not look like it does today had it not been for Jack's hard work and commitment across 2.5 decades. While I chased rainbows and to build out new segments of our company, Jack was a steady hand that kept our core business intact and tried to temper me. He also watched my back and never failed to support every single charitable initiative that I could think of. There are other BBI people who make the company what it is today who are responsible for me being here. Lori Edens, a lot of you would just say stop right there, but for those who don't know her, I'm not very functional without a lot of her help on a daily basis. Allison Hudson and Tony Stogner taught our company how to do grocery. Paul Van Vleck helped fight our way across the country to build a national vending team. Glenn Gauthier and Vinny DeBetta took the special markets department that I built and made it a lot better. Stacy Rutherford, who brings her own brand of class and grit to a really challenging segment. And Pat Grant, who once threw me out of his office at Eckerd, if you can believe that. It's true. But now is an essential element of our company who adds an incredible value as a leader at BBI. And then there's Brian Shade, who constantly amazes me on many levels. You know, when Jack retired, my dad was already retired, and I felt a little exposed and out there on a limb. And without being asked, Brian moved to take more responsibility, to become even more important in the company than he had been. His energy is contagious. His unceasing grind for more business and his positive attitude has really made these last 5 years some of the best years of my entire career. And I could take the rest of the evening, believe me, talking about the people in the company that I fall in love with known as BBI, and who make me better every day. But I should shift to a couple other folks who have gone and had really career and industry-changing or impact on BBI and on myself. Friends like Michael Rosenberg, or friends, supporters, clients like Michael Rosenberg, and the people in the team at PIM. People like Dennis Burns, who was a great friend at Eckerd and has remained one ever since. Jay Joyce, who terrified us when he was our VP at Cadbury, but we came to realize he was a great friend and supporter and still is. And then there's friends outside the company that have influenced and supported us. People like my friends Dave Hall and George Barber. And believe it or not, the oldest friend I have on earth is here today. Dr. Bob Scalante and his brilliant wife, Joni, are here, which is a great honor and a great pleasure. But mainly, once again, I'd like to thank the NCA, the industry at large, our friends, clients, and especially my family for the opportunity to be here today.